And the same thing that saved your life is going to you. Don't put it down.
And then I saw acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse.
What if I told you that Jim Carrey believes the feds might be knocking on Will Smith's door next? Hollywood has its secrets, but Jim isn't afraid to expose what others won't dare say. And this time, he's pointing right at Will Smith.
I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne having with Will. Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him.
Why does Jim think Will is in that much trouble? And what hidden truths are finally coming to light that could bring federal scrutiny?
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse.
In a Hollywood feud unlike any other, Jim Carrey, the man who's made a career of exposing the industry's secrets, is taking aim at Will Smith and the tension between them. Let's just say it's been simmering for years. So what exactly is going on? In an unexpected twist, Jim Carrey, who's become known for calling out Hollywood's dark secrets, has stepped in to warn Will Smith, the hip-hop legend who's also been speaking out against Hollywood's shady side. Hollywood insiders say that tension between Jim and Will has been simmering for years. This isn't just about two big egos. It goes deeper. Apparently, Will finds Jim's unpredictable nature hard to deal with. Unlike most celebrities who follow Hollywood's unspoken rules, Jim Carrey isn't afraid to speak out, even if it means calling out industry hypocrisy or shading award shows. His boldness keeps people guessing, and Will, who's known for his polished public image, reportedly finds this uncomfortable.
People on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track.
But what really seemed to spark the conflict? Insiders say things blew up in 2022 when Carrey publicly mocked the Oscar slap. After Will slapped Chris Rock, Carrey didn't hold back, slamming the Academy for giving Will a standing ovation and even questioning Hollywood's values. Word is, Will wasn't happy about getting called out, especially by someone he thought was an ally. Those close to the situation say Will felt let down by Carrey's harsh words, and the tension has only grown since.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse.
Now, here's where things get even juicier. There's a rumor that, way back in the 90s, Jim Carrey auditioned for a role Will really wanted, and he nailed it. The story goes that this was early in both of their careers when they were still working their way up. Getting passed over for a role left Will pretty bitter, and ever since, some insiders believe he's felt low-key resentful toward Carrey, especially since Jim seems to steal the spotlight without even trying.
And depression is your body saying, I don't want to be this character anymore. I don't want to hold up this avatar that you've created.
But it's not just Carrey's talent that supposedly makes Will uneasy. It's his fearlessness. Jim Carrey speaks his mind, no matter the consequences, and for someone like Will, who's careful about maintaining a certain image, that kind of unpredictability is nerve-wracking. According to some, Will's always on edge, worrying that Carrey might one day decide to expose some of Hollywood's darkest secrets. In a world where image is everything, Will's cautious approach stands in sharp contrast to Carrey's devil-may-care attitude.
Years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy.
Carrey's not shy about slamming Hollywood for being spineless. He's hinted that Will Smith's success may have been boosted by some questionable choices, which could explain why the industry seems to protect him. Carrey has even suggested that if it weren't for this protection, Will would have faced harsher consequences for the slap, maybe even getting banned from the Oscars entirely.
You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
Then, in an interview, Carrey noted that Chris Rock chose not to press charges after the incident, claiming it was simply to avoid the hassle.
Yeah, because I want the hassle. I'd have announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous.
This left fans wondering, was there more to Chris Rock's decision not to sue Will Smith after the Oscars slap? Some think Rock's choice might have a lot to do with Will's alleged power in Hollywood. Rumor has it that Will operates under a sort of protection that keeps any serious fallout at bay, which might have even given him the confidence to make that bold move in the first place. And it's this alleged protection that's led to some wild claims about how Will supposedly gained his Hollywood influence. For years, there have been rumors that Will participated in secretive activities, including some rituals, to boost his power. But Jim Carrey is not the first person to speak about Will Smith's shady activities. Comedian Bert Kreischer even shared a bizarre encounter with Will, where he felt pressured to join an exclusive Hollywood gathering. According to Kreischer, when he was just starting out in the industry, he met Smith at a recording studio where he was working on his album Millennium. The Fresh Prince was apparently impressed with Kreischer's comedy and invited him to go out with him later that evening. Kreischer, who was clueless about what was about to happen, agreed to go to the movies with Smith. However, things got weird when he called his dad to tell him about it, and his dad warned him that Smith might have had other intentions for him. His dad claimed that many men in Hollywood who have had constant S with women often turn to young boys for excitement. Kreischer, initially skeptical about his dad's claims, decided to heed his advice and dressed as sloppily as possible in overalls and a sweater.
He was like, "Oh, buddy, he's trying to yeah." I was like, I go, "What?" And he goes, "Listen, this is very popular in Hollywood. These guys have had so much they get tired of it, and so they're trying to turn out young boys. That's the only thing that really excites them."
When he arrived at the designated meeting spot, a Planet Hollywood restaurant, someone told him to go downstairs, and he assumed he would have to be intimate with Smith and 12 other men. However, to his surprise, when he got to the downstairs screening room, there were 10 black dudes waiting for him, including Jazzy Jeff. While watching the movie, nothing happened, and Kreischer thought he had escaped Smith's intentions. But he was in for another surprise when Smith asked him what he thought of the people in the screening room. To his amazement, Kreischer realized he had watched the movie with a room full of hip-hop icons like Kool Moe Dee and Biz Markie, who Smith had brought in for him to meet.
Like, I could have Kool Moe Dee? Like, I'm literally like, oh my God.
Kreischer's story has sparked a lot of gossip and speculation in Hollywood, with many wondering if Smith has a history of initiating young celebrities into the industry through his creepy gay S parties. And you know who else has been a major player in these circles? None other than Sean Diddy Combs, famous for his star-studded and often controversial parties. Diddy's known for inviting the biggest names under one roof, but not just anyone gets in. Those who do make it to the guest list are said to witness shocking events, allegations involving secrecy, indulgence, and even minors. And guess who's reportedly shown up at these gatherings more than once? Will Smith himself. Some say that these parties follow a strict code of silence. What happens there stays there, and there's a heavy price to pay for breaking the unspoken rule. But with more and more voices speaking out about what really goes on, these rumors of hidden lists and questionable behavior are getting harder to ignore. If it was just one source, maybe people could dismiss it, but Will's former assistant and close friend Bilal has also come forward with even more explosive allegations.
And then I saw acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game.
Maybe this is part of the reason Jada has distanced herself. Recently, Jada Pinkett Smith revealed that she and Will have been living separate lives since 2016, despite their united public appearances. In a preview for her NBC News special and her memoir, Worthy, Jada opened up about the deep difficulties in her marriage to Will. In any case, Adam22 spoke on hearing rumors about Will Smith allegedly being gay.
I've heard rumors about big rappers where girls straight up sitting there and telling me, this dude's gay, he hooked up with this guy that I know, and I'm just like, all right.
Aries Spears also recently confirmed that rumors of Will Smith have been going on for years.
Now remember, his ex-assistant recently did an interview which claimed that he walked in on Will Smith and Dwayne Martin having sex, which...
And those rumors have been around forever too.
Yes, they have.
For context, actress Lisa Ray claimed that Will Smith's close friend, actor Dwayne Martin, once forced her husband into an uncomfortable relationship with him.
Somehow within that relationship, I lost my husband to Dwayne Martin, and they became better friends than what me and my husband did, and I couldn't understand that for the love of God.
She also said in that interview that Dwayne Martin would introduce her husband to several women who were her friends within the industry, and he would just be outright disrespectful to their union.
The problem was I married a playboy.
Now, she had a great interview with Wendy Williams, but after the interview, a lot of people were still saying that there was something that she just was not quite saying. You see, this is not the first time Dwayne has been suspiciously close to a married man. There have been rumors for quite some time now that Dwayne was introduced to gay relationships by longtime friend Will Smith. Will and Dwayne first met in 1993 on the set of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when Dwayne was featured in the episode entitled "It Is Better to Have Loved and Lost It," and would go on to establish a nearly lifelong friendship that's now lasted for 3 decades. The pair of actors would frequently share the frame in pictures, and would often get spotted enjoying each other's company as the years went by, and they both continued to earn fame in Hollywood. Of course, as some might expect, their friendship and the close bond they shared has sparked rumors of an ongoing bromance, with many fans insisting that something romantic definitely stirred between Martin and Smith. For his part, Will Smith has been known to have little to no boundaries when it comes to engaging with other men. In fact, in 1993, when Will portrayed the role of a gay con artist in 6 Degrees of Separation, and coincidentally around the same time met Dwayne, the rumors about Smith's really lit up, with most fans taking an adamant stand on Will's homosexuality. During this early rise of gay rumors, both Dwayne and Will adamantly denied the claims, and as at the time they were both married, quickly leading the rumors to die down. Around this time in 1992, Smith married Cherie Zampino, though divorced the actress in 1995, only to marry Jada Pinkett 2 years later. Dwayne, on the other hand, dated Martin actress Tisha Campbell, and in 1996 they tied the knot. However, this wouldn't be the end of all the bromance rumors. In 2013, the hot topic concerning Will's flared up yet again, this time because of an elusive answer provided by Jada during a candid interview with a well-known tabloid publication. During this time, rumors swirled that suggested trouble in paradise for the married couple, Pinkett and Smith, even that they might soon divorce. However, as everyone who followed the couple's history closely might know, they survived this troubling time in their relationship, only to end up sparking divorce rumors again 9 years later. Anyway, during the interview, Jada responded to a tough question with a slightly vague answer in response to inquiring whether or not Will might be into men. She stated that she continuously encourages Will to be himself, saying that as long as he can look in the mirror and be happy with who he is, he should feel free to be just that, though insisted that she acts as his partner, and that he should decide for himself, although Jada seemed to try her best to avoid answering the question. Insisting that Will answer it in person, people took her response as an elusive indication that Smith might be gay, which sparked widespread discussion. During the same interview, Jada also answered elusively to a question concerning both partners' fidelity in the relationship, and although she never confirmed nor denied it, adoring fans of the couple would later learn the truth. Jada, of course, admitted to her entanglement with singer August Alsina.
I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
In any case, this is not the first time that the Smiths have invited an outsider into their marriage. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, recently dropped some bombshells on how Will Smith and Jada Pinkett allegedly wanted to be with Diddy's girlfriend at the time, J-Lo. In an interview with Art of Dialogue, Gene Deal recalls an event where they attended a party with celebrities, including Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, and Jennifer Lopez. However, about an hour later, Puff came up to Gene Deal with a certain look in his eyes and asked Gene to accompany him to the restroom. Gene Deal agreed, and as they walked, Puff seemed agitated, and when they reached a more secluded area, that's when Puff opened up. According to Gene, Puff expressed his concerns, implying that there might be some ulterior motives behind Jada and Will's interactions with Jennifer Lopez. He suggested that they might be trying to get close to her in a more intimate way, despite her being Puff's girlfriend at the time. Puff's words insinuated that he felt somewhat threatened by this situation. What's more, Diddy said he needed Gene to stick close to him, essentially acting as a buffer between him and the situation. He was quite direct in his choice of words, mentioning that if Gene Deal continued to stay distant, Puff might take drastic action against Will's involvement. He even hinted at the possibility of a physical confrontation, emphasizing that he wouldn't hesitate to confront Will if it came down to it.
First, and then he said, yo, Gene, I ain't playing with you, man. Yo, I'm telling you, man, I'ma snuff that, then you better be on him. I said, yeah, I got him.
However, it appears that Will might have been influenced by the path set by his predecessor, Quincy Jones. For those unfamiliar, Quincy Jones is a multi-talented individual who has worked with icons like Frank Sinatra, Aretha Franklin, and the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Yet, his fame doesn't stop there. Rumors about his interest in men have circulated for years, and recent developments suggest there might be some truth to those speculations.
My first musical memories when I wanted to be a gangster until I was 11, coming from Chicago in the 30s.
Recent disclosures have brought to light the possibility that Quincy Jones may not adhere to conventional S orientations. Startling allegations have emerged, suggesting that he wielded influence over the S preferences of notable individuals, including Will Smith and Tupac. These claims hint at his deep involvement within the LGBTQ+ community. Do you remember that unforgettable interview with Tupac? It was a pivotal moment when he revealed the questionable intentions of Quincy Jones.
Yeah, I think them rumors about Quincy Jones and all that crazy stuff about Pop was definitely rumors.
Tupac allegedly disclosed that Quincy had presented inappropriate propositions, hinting at engaging in specific intimate activities. However, the story becomes more complex. Despite the interview reportedly gaining extensive traction on the internet, it was said to have curiously disappeared without any trace. Even Napoleon, who was purportedly a close associate of Tupac, swiftly dismissed all rumors and defended Quincy Jones when confronted with the allegations. In an instant, he waved away all the gossip surrounding the matter.
I think them rumors about Quincy Jones and all that crazy stuff about Pop was definitely rumors. Pac was about to marry his daughter.
And if you believe the revelations end there, think again. There are claims circulating that Jada and Will have been organizing unconventional gatherings at their residence, involving much younger men. Jaguar Wright even went on to divulge sensitive information, suggesting that she has witnessed young men leaving their premises in a state of astonishment. Some folks see Will Smith kissing his son Jaden on the cheek as just normal dad stuff, but their bond seems to go beyond the usual father-son affection. Will has even been spotted kissing Jaden on the lips a few times, and while some shrug it off as harmless love between a dad and his kid, others are starting to raise eyebrows. People are beginning to wonder if there's more to these displays of affection than just a close father-son relationship.
That we saw on Red Table Talk, oh, that was G. That was G-rated. That was G-rated shit.
What I will say that I do know about the Smiths.
Will Smith's affectionate gestures toward his son Jaden have stirred up mixed reactions from the public. Many fans felt uncomfortable noticing that Will would sometimes kiss Jaden on the lips, which they thought made Jaden uneasy. Even with all the criticism, Will has firmly denied any inappropriate behavior, insisting that his son was never bothered by these affectionate moments. Meanwhile, there's a lot of buzz around Will and Jada's alleged parties. Rumor has it that the couple hosts elaborate gatherings at their home, often with younger male guests in attendance. According to singer Jaguar Wright, these events reportedly push some unusual boundaries. Some say they've even seen young men leaving the Smiths' home looking shaken, with stories of distress echoing through the night, adding an air of mystery around these gatherings.
This corny, overbooked was not built to be able to maintain the swag of a Baltimore.
That is true.
As for Jim Carrey, he has never been one to shy away from speaking his mind. His journey from comedy legend to a voice against Hollywood's darker side is nothing short of remarkable. According to Carrey, Hollywood punishes those who don't play by their rules. He has brought forth new evidence against Will Smith, accusing him of abusing young actors. Carrey has hinted at a larger network of abuse and control within Hollywood, suggesting that many of the industry's biggest names are complicit.
Just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
These allegations have not only put Carrey in the spotlight, but have also made him a target.
Years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
Jim Carrey's outspoken nature and refusal to conform have made him a threat to the Hollywood establishment. You see, Jim Carrey's journey from bringing laughter to the world to being labeled eccentric by the media has been incredibly intriguing. However, recent insiders' claims suggest that there might be more to this story than meets the eye. The star of Dumb and Dumber, renowned for his vibrant energy and comedic talent, is reportedly causing concern among his close friends due to his increasingly reclusive lifestyle, leading to worries about his well-being.
I do believe in manifestation, power of that kind of stuff, but I don't believe that any of it matters. You know, this mattering is is to me.
On his 62nd birthday, Jim Carrey made a rare public appearance looking disheveled and hardly recognizable, prompting his friends to gather around him to offer support. According to a source cited by the National Enquirer, the comedian has been spending time in Hawaii and is hiding away, showing very little interest in anything Hollywood has to offer. The insider expressed concern, stating, "It's a big worry for the many folks who care about Jim, who's had some seriously rough moments these past few years." The source added that Carrey tends to self-isolate and withdraw. Observing Carrey's appearance, the insider remarked that the former actor seems to have taken a beating both physically and mentally. The concerns about Jim Carrey's well-being stem from his decision to step away from his Hollywood career as an actor-comedian and focus on pursuing art. In March 2022, the Ace Ventura star disclosed to Access Hollywood that he was probably retiring from acting. Carrey explained, "Well, I'm retiring. Yeah, probably. I'm being fairly serious. It depends. If the Angels bring some sort of script that's written in gold ink that says to me that it's going to be really important for people to see, I might continue down the road, but I'm taking a break." He further expressed, "I feel like, and this is something you might never hear another celebrity say, as long as time exists, I have enough, I've done enough, I am enough." This shift in focus towards personal fulfillment through artistic endeavors seems to have prompted concern among his friends about his well-being and lifestyle. Behind the scenes, Carrey said he grappled with a revelation that Hollywood was far more than just lights, camera, and action. He began hinting at the industry's concealed agenda to mold actors into mere reflections of their on-screen personas, manipulating the line between fiction and reality. In interviews and public appearances, Carrey's comments have begun to raise eyebrows, as he candidly admitted that he often found himself losing his own identity to the characters he portrayed.
If you go deep enough into those characters, you realize that your own character is pretty thin to begin with. Who's Jim Carrey? Oh, he doesn't exist.
Jim Carrey has shown he won't bow to Hollywood's demands, standing firm in ways that contrast sharply with stars like Will Smith. Yet, going against the industry has its costs, while following the rules can bring certain rewards. This leaves one question: what comes next? Will Carrey's revelations spark real change, or will Hollywood strike back, further sidelining him? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear: Jim Carrey isn't backing down. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.